Ready, Dave?
So, Don't Let's Start. I don't even. This is almost like a lot of pressure. Like, this is one of their greatest, achievements.
It's our namesake.
Yeah.
We probably listened and looked at the lyrics of this a lot. Well, I did, to come up with a logo for the podcast.
By the way, Dave drew the logo, and I love the logo, and I hope you love the logo.
It's something I was very happy with how it came out, and for me to say that says a lot.
This is true. So I want to not go too deep into the lyrics, but I always say that and then I do. But one thing I'll talk about the music with this song, besides how unbelievably melodically, like if the other songs before this were melodic and catchy, I feel like this one really reveals what Linnell is capable of in terms of songs that like will not leave your head.
Don't let's start. This is the worst part. To believe for all the world that you are my precious little girl, but don't let's start. I've got a weak heart and I don't get around how you get around.
And I remember when I was first getting into them, it was songs like this that I just couldn't believe existed. Like, I couldn't believe a song could be so melodic and catchy. I just remember being blown away. But one thing I don't think gets enough credit is this song is like all Flansburgh's guitar.
Yeah.
Think about that.
I have.
Think on that. Yeah, like it's...
Jordan's turning his chair around and sitting in it to really lay on some knowledge.
Yeah. This is one of those stripped down songs. There's not a lot of instruments because what Flansburgh is doing on just like, I think it's just like really one guitar track, but maybe there's a double, but he's really carrying the vibe of the song. And it's also, it's not just that, it's a strange kind of playing.
He's carrying the rhythm too.
Yeah. But the scratchy playing for the, like, let's say the bridge, the song has an interesting structure, but I guess the first bridge or whatever, post-chorus, D-World Destruction part.
D-World Destruction, over and overture, and do I need a positivity made this time?
It's going like, ding, ding, ding. This is going to sound great in the mic, but like, ding, 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 ding. Like, I've tried to replicate it. I don't know what he's doing. It's like you have to have his hands to do it. And one time, Mr. Dan Miller, their guitarist, so he was my guitar teacher for like almost a year.
What? Truth bomb.
This is yeah. This is like a weird thing to reveal at the out of nowhere. But
do you have an audio ready for truth bomb?
I do. There it is. I'm going to use it. I'll lower the pitch. But yeah. So
that's exactly what I was thinking.
Dan Miller was my guitar teacher, and all cards were on the table yet again.
Holy moly!
That he knew I was a big fan, but he also knew.
But you kept it in your pants.
He also knew that I really wanted to learn to play guitar better, and what better motivator than someone in your favorite band?
I would not be able
judging
to.
You.
Yeah, I'd be scared shitless to get lessons from James Hetfield or something. Or
I'd be scared too. But one thing that he talked about was that he's like, I'm blown away by Flansburgh's playing and Don't Let's Start.
Yeah, I remember you taltalking about that. You're saying...
yeah, because I never thought of it before. Because I never thought of it as a guitar. I just heard Linnell singing, and I didn't separate the pieces of that song.
I think he mentioned Birdhouse in Your Soul too, right?
He's talked more about the chord progression of Bird. He talks about that in Gigantic, so that wasn't to me. That was in the movie. But
I confuse movies with real life.
Yeah. Like The Thing. And
yeah.
So
we'll count the references for this fucking podcast.
So Flansburgh's guitar playing in that song, it goes from scratchy and then it goes to that kind of tremolo, like single. So this is something that really becomes a staple of the way their songs are arranged, which is...
We're going to go home and look up what tremolo means.
Which is Flansburgh. Flansburgh plays these single notes on the guitar, usually kind of descending notes or something. And he does this in so many songs that when Weird Al parodied They Might Be Giants later on, he has a guitar doing that, like, down, down, down. So, this song, it goes from just the rhythm thing of ding, 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 but then that scratchy thing, and then
well, that scratchy thing is sort of a soul. Yeah, it's kind of a soul technique on guitar. It's
What do
very
you mean,
seven.
a
It's
soul technique?
like 70s
funk,
soul,
like funk.
funk soul, R&B.
It's
from
like
like
funk,
it's
but
very
it's-
70s influence.
But it's not
to
as
my ear.
polished. It's like it's not as polished as that
It's through
funk playing.
through their lens, so everything is a little distorted and weirder.
Yeah, exactly. So I love that. I wanted to give Flansburgh a shout out because I really do think that song is a great example of their collaboration, where one of them has written a song, but the other one brings it to life in their way. Which I don't know if that happens all the time. I don't know how involved they each are for each song, but that one to me is clear that, you know, unless Linnell recorded some guitar parts, but I really think Flansburgh, especially if you compare it to the demo, which we'll talk about another time. You know, Flansburgh really transformed that into a big hit single for them. Something that's always been super mysterious in these lyrics is when Linnell says, "Deputy dog, dog a ding dong, depa depa."
It's hard to even say.
Yeah, it's hard, etc. I always thought it was the quote nonsense lyrics. I never
me too.
thought about it. And then when I was really trying to prepare for this episode and really reading the lyrics, I realized, you know, this is a song about an overbearing, overprotective man. Maybe he's a father or a significant other. I don't know if you know, but he's saying, calm yourself down and don't go out on the town with the boys. And you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Is this you're just staring at me. Is this does this resonate with you?
It does. I'm just thinking of all these things for the first time, though.
That's good.
Especially because, well, one of the fun things about doing this podcast was how much dedication you were putting into it, and then, you know, texting me, bringing in like, did you know this? Did you know that? And then me looking it up after the fact. So it's really just adding a whole other layer to this fandom. It's really interesting because I didn't know any of this stuff either.
So, Deputy Dog.
Lay it on me.
Here it comes, the Deputy Dog Show, starring that lovable lawman with a badge of tin and a heart of gold, good old Deputy Dog. Come back here, you food-grabbing
What I'm seeing this, and again, I've never thought about this, and I'm obsessed with them. I've never thought about this, but you know, the Deputy Dog reference is just connects so perfectly because I went to the Deputy Dog Wikipedia page. Where someone, you know, who has a very particular interest filled this out, and he says, many of the storylines involve Deputy Dog protecting his produce from Muskie and Vince, battling with some of the peculiar locals and trying to please the sheriff. However, most of the crimes committed by Muskie and Vince weren't treated seriously, and Deputy Dog was on friendly terms with them most of the time, except when he had to perform his duties as a lawman and keep them from causing trouble. Deputy Dog would pal around with... Dave is riveted right now, by the way. Deputy Dog would pal around with...
Well, I love that expression, palling around.
Yeah, Deputy Dog, it's kind of what we do, in a way.
We're real buddy
pals.
pals.
If you think about it. Deputy Dog would pal around with Muskie and Vince just as often as he would lock them up in the jailhouse. So...
Was that a Hanna-Barbera cartoon?
Terry Tunes. So anyway...
Glad I asked.
I guess my larger point is that this narrator of the song is being a deputy dog. He's being overprotective. He's jailing up. It's someone that he loves, just like it said Deputy Dog pals around. The narrator of the song is palling around with this girl. Maybe I do kind of lean towards like it's his daughter, but you don't really know. My precious little girl, you know.
I always saw it as a girlfriend.
Like girlfriends sleeping around. I could see that too. I could see either side. But so he's being a deputy dog, goddammit. So I would say the narrator of this song is a lovable lawman in a way. He loves the person he's trying to protect, but he has to put his foot down or his paw down.
So here we have another example of what might be a nonsense reference that's actually a very, very deep and layered and well thought out reference.
Yeah, it's just so funny because it feels clear to me now, but I just never put aside the time to think about it. But yeah, so what's funny is we're spending so much time on this one when the real highlight of the song that is the most quoted is no one in the world ever gets what they want, and that is beautiful. Everybody dies. Stay with me here.
What?
Everybody dies.
Why am I just finding this out now?
Everybody dies frustrated and sad, and that is beautiful. Nonsense lyrics.
Yeah.
Wacky, silly guys. They like to be silly and weird. What do you think of those lyrics? That's a loaded question.
I think they're depressing. and accurate.
I think that's really all we need to say. I don't want to ruin those lyrics by overdoing it about them. To me, that's sort of it's kind of a sexy song, if you think about it.
Go on.
There's a lot of sexual connotations in it, you know. I don't get around how you get around. He's saying you're a cat, you know what I'm saying?
That has to be about a girlfriend then.
Yeah, probably.
Daughter, what's wrong with you?
But see, the words I'm singing now mean nothing more than meow to me indicates when a parent is going like, you don't even hear what I'm saying, you little shit.
Like the Peanuts won't.
Yeah,
Trump.
There you go. Exactly. It's almost like too good a song. I don't want to talk too much about it in a weird way.
We don't have to.
Yeah, but I love it.
The only other thing I'll say is, so if this is about another relationship, so that's
Linnell.
Linnell. 2 songs in 4 out of 4 that are about relationship
troubles.
It makes you wonder.
I think his next one is too. The next one coming up of his on the
personal
album.
life.
I know I don't want to do that because I always imagine if they were to hear this, they would cringe at those kinds of things. So I want to assure anyone listening, or it's just we're just having fun.
Just an observation, but again, I go back to it's really hard even to write as an unreliable narrator without having some kind of experience yourself.
It's a weird thing, but songs just kind of reflect what's going on.
Well, it's just funny also because if going back to that alien aspect where it's like you don't think of them as having personal lives or having these kinds of relationships.
Yeah, I mean,
and being almost outside of all of that.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't really talked too much about the cover, but this is a cover. This album cover screams, "Do not bother us about our personal life."
Right.
They are cartoons on the back. We mentioned that in the last episode. They're in a little parade. There's all these weird little sign gags, kind of like a precursor to the Simpsons sign gags in a way, but they're a little more surreal. What's your favorite sign gag? I really like truth or sandwiches. I think that's interesting.
There was one that was cracking me up.
Is it that the people are going into that guy's butt?
No, Jordan. Don't miss our donuts. Thought that was pretty funny.
That is good. So yeah, I guess the point being they're not trying to portray themselves as these sensitive artists who pour their souls into these lyrics and who are kind of making important, meaningful, emotional songs. But this is actually a huge topic to talk about.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll save it for later.